Joel Embiid feels a little disrespected. The 76ers star not holding back his feelings after a report by The Athletic said that Ben Simmons believes the Sixers chose to build around their all-NBA big man in a way that does not fit Simmons' playing style. Please listen for yourself.
Our teams have always been built around his needs. So it was kind of surprising to see, what was said. And even going back to, the reason we signed out is, we got rid of Jimmy, which I still think it was a mistake, just to make sure that, he needed the ball in his hands, and, that's the decision they made. Yeah, like I said, it is surprising, but I'm really focused on the guys that are here. The situation is weird, disappointing, borderline kind of disrespectful to all the guys that are out here, fighting for their lives. Some guys rely on, the team to be successful, to stay in the league and make money.
All right. Big Perk is here, NBA champion Kendrick Perkins. Great to have you, Perk. Stephen A., I'm going to start with you, and I want to make sure that I didn't misquote him. He said it's borderline disrespectful. What do these comments say to you?
Well, that Joel Embiid is getting tired of all of this noise about what Ben Simmons doesn't want. Mm-hmm. He's like, wait a damn minute. We were in the postseason. I showed up. You didn't show up. And, the thing that everybody has to understand that players are feeling about Ben Simmons right now. And I'm not saying they're casting any aspersions on him outside of Joel Embiid or whatever, because they want him back. But the flip side to it is that there are people that are sitting back and going like this, the nerve of you. You don't show up. You don't work on your jump shot. You don't work on your free throws, and you the victim. That's not how sports works. You're a victim when you do the job and you're not appreciated for the job that you do. Not when you're greatly appreciated and people give you a pass on a lot of things, but somehow, some way you don't produce and it's other people's fault. Mm-hmm. That's what no one's hearing from Ben Simmons. You shot 33, 34% from the free throw line. Shaquille O'Neal shot free throws better than you. Wilt Chamberlain shot free throws better than you. Dennis Rodman shot free throws better than you. I mean, this is some all-time epic futility. So Joel Embiid is like, what the hell going on here? Now we hearing about you don't want to play with me? What? But having said that, one could argue they're not the ideal pair. One could argue that Joel Embiid gets drafted third overall in 2014, misses his first 2 seasons, even though Ben Simmons got drafted in 2016, missed his first full season. Joel Embiid missed 2 seasons. Joel Embiid has never played more than 64 games in the season. He's missed his share of games. He missed 21 of the 72 games last year. These are legitimate injuries, of course, but nevertheless, that was an issue. Yeah. And so you understand what Ben might be saying. It's just that you ain't in no position to be feeling these things right now if you've Ben Simmons, in the eyes of a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Perk.
Well, it's several things that I took from what Joel Embiid said. One is that he's ready to sign them papers in his Usher voice, because that marriage is over. After that interview, is no, fixing that, okay? That's the first thing. Second of all, right, he didn't tell a lie. He didn't tell one lie. And when you look at what he said, when you talk about them losing Jimmy Butler to keep Ben Simmons, he didn't lie about that. Everything that the Philadelphia 76ers did, the moves that they did, getting Seth Curry, getting Danny Green, more shooting, more spacing, it wasn't because of Joel Embiid. It was to accommodate Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid could play with anybody. Ben Simmons can't. Okay, third of all, this is what we're not realizing in that message. I'm appreciating Joel Embiid for his leadership, because the season is about 2.5 to 3 weeks away. Now he's knowing that Ben Simmons is not coming, but he knows that, hey, I got to worry about the guys in this locker room. We got to be ready to go to war. So I'm going to go out here publicly, because Ben Simmons is not answering the phone or returning anybody's text messages. So I'm going to jump out here publicly, and I'm going to go into the fence and speak up not only for myself, organization, but for my teammates. And he gave us the edit version. God knows what he is saying behind the scenes in the locker room, saying, hey, let's get it, man. Look, he don't want to play with us, whatever. I've been in locker rooms like that. And I'm going to say this. People better be careful and watch out for the Philadelphia 76ers, because things like this only bring a ball club closer. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get off to a hot start and be one of the best teams in the NBA.
Hold on, Perk. I got you. Before we move on, because
Yeah.
we got to move on to another subject. Really quickly, Molly and Perk. Ben Simmons saying that and Perk highlighting that it's over also kind of made things difficult for the Sixers as well, because now it's almost like you got to get rid of Ben Simmons even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And other teams know that.
And remember,
so they might try to undercut value.
Big Perk's right 70% of the time, all the time. You know those statistics. The NBA, I love you, Perk, has reached a 95% vaccination threshold of its players, reflecting a steady rise that's great since the opening of training camps this week. League sources told ESPN on Thursday a player still believed not to be vaccinated is Kyrie Irving. With his Nets, one of the favorites to win it all, they are the favorite. What to do about Kyrie with his questionable availability, considering New York's vaccine mandates, has been a hot topic. Most recently, Shaq weighed in on what to do about Kyrie. Here's the big fella.
I would go upstairs and say, get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. We can win with a 2-punch and a great shooter and some rebounders like we got. Get his ass up out of here. Because now every day I have to answer questions about him and what he's doing there. Get his ass up out of here. Whoever owns the Brooklyn Nets, get him up out of here.
Wow. I want to start with you here, Perk. That's a really strong take. Obviously, we all know the talent, but it's starting to become some trouble with it as well. I know it's a big personal decision. What's your reaction to what Shaq just said, that they should get rid of him?
Well, you know what? Shaq is absolutely right. And here's why, right? And to me, he's sending a message to the franchise player, the guy that holds the keys over there, and Kevin Durant. And we all know that, yes, Sean Marks is the general manager, and he makes the trades and come up with it, running the front office. But guess what? Everything is ran by Kevin Durant. And so Shaq is saying, I was a franchise guy. I was that dude. And look, if you're trying to win a championship, you need everybody to be 100% in. Now, I know it's a touchy subject when it comes down to being vaccinated and things to that nature. I'm not here to dive into that. But he's telling Kevin Durant, hey, man, listen, you have a chance to do something. You have James Harden. Don't let this man be a distraction. Sometimes you got to be man enough to walk upstairs and pull the plug.
I don't disagree with you, Perk. Listen, Kyrie is box office, bro. This brother is sensational. Pound for pound, one of the greatest talents we've ever seen. He's just special. And when he's on the court, I think he's going to give you all he's got. I'm not here to question that. But he has given us every indication that basketball is not a priority for him. There are other things that matter to him far more. From one positive standpoint, his heart, in terms of his humanitarianism, what have you, I got to give props to that, because there's a lot of things going on in this world and he cares about it and he feels he has the power to make a difference, and he doesn't deserve to be excoriated for that. The flip side is that the reason you're in the position to do some of the things that you have done from a charitable and philanthropic perspective is because of the money you earn playing basketball. And when you take that into account, there comes an obligation to the league and the brand. There comes an obligation to your players, to your teammates. And more importantly, there comes an obligation to Kevin Durant, because we all know Kevin Durant is in Brooklyn because Kyrie Irving wanted to go in Brooklyn. And that's his brother. And KD didn't mind going with him there. And even though KD ain't saying nothing publicly, and who knows how he feels privately, because I don't know, because I haven't spoken to him, the reality is that he should be annoyed. He should be upset. Because at the end of the day, I'm here and you're not. Why are you not here if you are Kyrie Irving? I don't give a damn what's going on. If I'm Kevin Durant, I don't give a damn what's going on. Yo, bro, I understand it's just training camp, and that means you're going to be here for the season or whatever. But like Kyrie Irving has been warned in the past, he says stuff and he brings a level of unwanted media attention to the franchise that they have to deal with. Last year, you start off media day, you calling the media peons. You know they're not going to forget that. You talking about there's things that are far more important and trying to belittle and big up everybody. And then you have this going on. They're not going to forget. He got himself, he got his daddy, he got his friends and loved ones speaking up and defending because they love him and they know his heart is in the right place. And I'm not here to question whether or not Kyrie's heart is in the right place. A matter of fact, I'll tell you his heart is in the right place. My problem is that don't make you right in what you choose to do. Yeah. And it don't make you unselfish in what you choose to do. It still makes you look selfish. And for him to even be in this situation where the Brooklyn Nets have to open the season addressing this stuff is ridiculous. Now, you saw me on the record. Mayor de Blasio chiming in and talking about get the vaccine. Deal with the police officers that you steward over as mayor of New York City before you talk about an NBA player. And let's understand if you're the NBA, that Kyrie Irving and the Andrew Wiggins of the world may have a point when they say, oh, we can't play home games in the Barclays Center or the Chase Center, but visitors could come there and play. There's an inconsistency there that makes no sense. The problem is Kyrie, because of his past, the things that he has said, the attitude that he has had, the manner in which he comes across as so damn aloof all the time, he forces people like us to call him out on it, and then he blames everybody else instead of looking at himself. KD is going to have to step in and say, enough of this nonsense, bro. You might be right, but damn it, we got a job to do. Let's do it.
All right, we got to roll. Big Perk, tell Stone I said what's up and keep putting in that work.
Stone!
Still to come on First Take. Bye, Perk.
Little Perk.